Last night I was scrolling through Steam's front page looking for my next video as well as game. Luckily for me, I stumbled upon something that could be both. A game that has pioneered open world games, picturesque map generation, and incredible stories. This is Outcast: A New Beginning. Now there's a high chance this is your first time hearing of this game, as it was for myself, but let me tell you, you are missing out on something great. The original Outcast was released in 1999 and was a hit, selling over 400,000 copies in its first 3 years, with most critics claiming the game was revolutionary, noting that its freedom to explore three-dimensional open world preceded Grand Theft Auto 3, even though it was released 2 years later. In the year of 99, it amassed countless of nominations and won a couple of categories of Game of the Year, which is to no surprise as the review scores were incredible. Fast forward many years to November the 14th, 2017, where an official remake titled Outcast: Second Contact was released. Now this was developed by the same company but with some alters in the whole team itself. With these changes, the game did not do nearly as well as the original, and from what I could find, it still sold around 2,000 or 20,000 copies, which isn't terrible, but I think the expectations were much higher. Go forward another 4 years, and THQ announced an official sequel titled Outcast 2: A New Beginning, scheduled to be released for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. In August last year, one major change did happen. They renamed the title to Outcast: A New Beginning, so really, there's no actual big change. What's exciting about the sequel is the fact that there is already a demo available for everyone to play, which is incredible and will definitely get you hooked. We will get to that stuff shortly, but in other news, the original team behind Outcast 1 has reunited to create this fascinating world. As already said, it is a free-to-play demo for anyone to try, and if you have this chance, I highly recommend it. The game does have a set release date being March the 15th, 2024, with the option to pre-order being available. Now the demo. Was it good? I would say it was great, honestly. Like, the game itself was brilliant, but I think the structure around releasing the demo can be difficult for some people, and I think they basically nailed it. When you launch the game itself, you will have 3 options: exploration, combat, and story, which each segment can only be played twice, each time being only 20 minutes. Which to most people that kind of sounds a bit bad, but I think it was smart. Limiting the amount of time someone can play their game, but still have enough time to give them the taste or insights into what the game could bring, was perfect. I don't often try demos, but I would have to say this is one of the most well constructed and displayed demos I've played. The exploration drew my attention first, and it didn't disappoint. With its incredibly beautiful terrain and map generation, with a feeling of freedom and the ability to do whatever suits me. The whole thing was great. The map allowed you to complete side activities that would be in the main game, which those were fun for sure, felt like small mini games, and I got to test out how the combat would feel. But I'd say my 2 favorite things were the map generation / graphics. I was just amazed by how it looked and how it felt, but also traversing the map. You have a jetpack that allows you to do these high jumps, as well as glide along the ground or slow fall whilst aiming in. I think it was all great, and honestly it wasn't missing much. Next you have the glider, which was great, and in combination with the jetpack it worked even better, allowing me to glide from some of the highest peaks and see the stunning terrain from a distance. The game is aiming to have this non-linear open world experience just like the original had, and with that exploration segment it felt just like that. I felt accomplished doing small missions and also had the joy exploring generated structures and terrain. Next up we had combat, which was fun. It gives you a bit of an experience and insight to how some of the missions could play out. You face multiple different enemies and a few that I hadn't even encountered before in the exploration segment, which was kinda nice. Got to use the shield to the fullest ability, as well as the special freeze ability that I kind of wasted, but nonetheless was pretty cool. Now for this, I chose the normal difficulty, and I would say it was still quite easy. The combat definitely feels like something that could be worked on. Granted, this is a demo, but it still feels a little easy. Also, the AI of the other human-sized enemies was a bit janky, with their movements being slow, or it just felt off. As I said, this is a demo, so it could be still getting worked on, or maybe my settings were wrong, I'm just not sure. But it was a good experience, and I did enjoy it, and it's nice to see what some of the missions could hold for us. Speaking of missions, the last segment was story. It was interesting. We spawned at this fisherman village, which was cool, and to be honest, I didn't really know what was going on. You ended up speaking to the chief to activate the village's portal, which I assume in the main game will be the option of quick travel. as when I was in exploration mode, I saw many similar teleporters scattered across the map. Nonetheless, to see the village and how the villagers reacted to either conversation or just their AI movements, it was pretty good. All of it looked fine and nothing looked out of place. There does seem to be some depth in the villagers as well with their lifestyles. I didn't really look into it much, but it definitely could be something to check out. Even though it is a demo, I thought it was brilliant and satisfied all I need to know before buying this game. If you have a chance, go and download the free-to-play demo. Let's hope this game will have a strong launch, as I think it has the potential to be superb. It has this strange feel of Avatar and Star Wars combined, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I think this game is going to be pretty great. That's all I have for today's video. If you could support my channel by subscribing, and whilst you're at it, hit that like button as well. Thank you for watching. Peace.